My name's Clayton Hamilton, and this is my demonstration speech on how to change the oil in your car. And this is my audience. Please pan, Mr. Cameraman. Alright, and let's get started. So, first things first, you want to get under your vehicle and you're going to locate two things. First thing is the drain plug that looks just like this. This is what holds all the oil into your vehicle. And we'll find this, we're going to take it off, and then we will let all the oil drain out for 15 minutes or so you can in the meantime, while you're draining your oil, the next thing we have to find is the oil filter. That looks a little bit like this here. Now, my oil filter I have here is a little bit different than the new oil filters. This is off of a 1961 GMC, so a little bit different style, but still the same concept. With this oil filter, the filter actually comes out of the housing, whereas in new cars, the housing and filter come together, and then you can buy it all in one piece. It makes it a lot easier. So, but yeah, locate first the drain plug, let it drain the oil out, and then come to your oil filter, take the oil filter off, and let it drain out as well. There'll be oil in there, so be prepared to catch that as well. And then, once we have these off, the oil's drained and everything, then we need to replace the drain plug and replace the oil filter as well. And that we are going to do right now. So, alright, so the first thing is we're going to replace the drain plug. We're going to put it back in the engine. We're going to tighten it down. Get it threaded. And then you can just hand tighten it down until it's in the engine. So you can't turn it. Then you'll take your wrench and you're going to you'll just give it a nice tug. It doesn't have to be overly tight, but make sure that it's not going to come out if we hit any bumps. And then next step is the oil filter. The oil filter we're going to take straight up and place it back where it came from. And these just twist on. It's the same for the new styles and the old styles. And we'll just twist that. This one takes quite a bit of turning, so. Alright, and now with the oil filters, I usually just tighten them by hand. Get them as tight as I can, and then I'll use sometimes a special oil filter wrench depending on what kind of vehicle you're working on, and then it allows you to get the oil filter tighter on there. This one takes quite a bit of turning. Alright. And now the oil filter is in place, the drain plug is in place, and now we're ready to fill her up. And let's go to the engine bay. Alright, when it comes to the oil, you're going to want to go to your local auto parts store and ask them what kind of oil you need for your engine. Tell them the type of car you have in the engine, and then they'll tell you exactly what you need, exactly how much you need for your engine. Same thing with the oil filter. For this, we're going to put in 5 quarts of just 10W30. That's different labels for the oil. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to find usually on the newer vehicles, there's an oil cap. It says oil right on the top of it. It makes it a lot easier than on these older vehicles. But on this vehicle, we're just going to take this cover off, this little cap. And then as we can see straight into the engine right there. And then we'll put a funnel on here, and then we'll just dump this entire 5 quarts or however much the auto parts store tells you to put in. We're not going to do that right now. And then once you get the oil and you're putting it all in, we want to make sure to check the dipstick. And we're going to pull it out and make sure that we're reading in the full to add right in the middle there, so that we know that we have the proper amount of oil in our vehicle. And then once you do that, you're ready to run. And until next time, you'll have to change the oil. The good thing about changing the oil on your own is you can save money doing it, and you also don't have to set up any appointments at any of your mechanic shops or anything like that. And you also know that the job's done properly because you did it yourself, and you don't have to worry about them overcharging you for labor or anything like that. So that concludes our oil change on the 1961 GMC. Here's my audience. Thank you.